Hello, thank you for being in a new video. This time I have in my hands the new Nubia Focus 2 Ultra 5G, a new device that they have launched. We could say that it is a new variant because there was already the Nubia Focus. And in this new generation, they have launched the normal model and the Ultra model that has the particularity of having a camera ring that is not only decoration but also rotates and gives a very nice feedback in the hand. We have to start. Notice that the rear ring is going to serve us to adjust the zoom. Then we can switch here between the ultra-wide camera, which is 13mm, to the main camera, which is 24mm. Let me see you make the change. There we are. And then we can access some cuts to this camera. For example, the perspective of 35mm or also the perspective of 72mm, which would be zoom 3x. And obviously, we can continue zooming through this ring as a maximum zoom 10x. Remember that we are talking about a mid-range device. The small disadvantage at the time of turning the ring is that you could pass your finger over the camera, so you just have to consider that detail. Maybe you should do this action, then I do not know how practical it becomes, but I like it in terms of innovation and see fresh things in a device, when usually other manufacturers are betting on simpler things. In fact, we will also find a small switch that will help us to quickly enter the camera interface or other shortcuts. In this case, it is configured to turn on the flashlight directly when we use this switch. Something curious and remarkable in a device of these characteristics that will compete in the mid-range is the camera aperture is f1 or 40. 7 is a very good light input, I insist, considering the price at which it comes to compete. Although, apparently, in this case the sensor will be 50 megapixels and not 108 as we saw in the first Nubia Focus, so the cutouts may not look as high quality as if they were seen in that first Nubia Focus Pro. Let's review, for example, in this case the 3x crop. I think if you get to see a bit like digital zoom, it is not perceived as much quality zoom. I would have liked to see a higher resolution sensor for the main camera, but in this case they bet on having a large aperture. And note that in this case it also offers us a button that, unlike the last generation in the normal model that was tactile, now it is physical, so you can take pictures. I do not know if it is so useful because it is easier to take it with the software button, but there it is present. The front camera is 32 megapixels, but despite having so much resolution, do not expect such a high photo quality. In this case, it looks like a really simpler camera than 32 megapixels and gives us f2.2 aperture. I think it could have more quality if it chose a pixel fusion, since having such a high resolution sensor they could do that, but in this case they bet on giving you a picture with 32 megapixels without fusion. Then it's not going to stand out too much. In this case, it comes with 8 GB of RAM and virtual RAM memory, which is not as useful as in other devices, and 512 GB of storage. This is another of the sections that could come to justify the Ultra surname in this device. The processor is a Unisoc T100. It's an octa-core of 222 GHz. I think it can compete well in the mid-range, but as you can see, I think it doesn't have things that powerful or that attractive. However, you always have to consider the price. The price of this Ultra model will be around the 350, obviously. We will have to wait for it to be adjusted and announced in other countries, but that's for starters. As first impressions, I find the ring very innovative, but honestly, the quality of the photos does not seem to me that it will be so outstanding. At least that's the feeling I get at first impressions, but of course, we'll have to wait to test it in more depth later on. For now, we have reached the end of this first glimpse of first impressions. I hope you liked this video. If you did, you know you can let me know, and see you next time.